Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. Today I'm going to talk to you all things Barbara Pym. Barbara Pym is one of my favourite authors. She was an author of the 20th century writing women's fiction. In 1977 she was nominated for the most underrated writer of the 20th century, and that was with Philip Larkin. And I still think she remains a bit like that today. I do think she's very underread. I see a lot of people read her books, but maybe only one or two, and they kind of stop there. And I want that to change. So today I'm going to talk you through my journey with Barbara Pym, where to start with her, and some of my favourites, and hopefully entice you to pick her up. So, Barbara Pym was a writer of the 20th century. Her writing is very much witty and intelligent and funny. I would say she's kind of got Jane Austen sort of wit, Agatha Christie's writing style, the humour of P.G. Wodehouse. She's kind of like a little collection. And she's wonderful. She's absolutely wonderful. She used to take a notepad and pen with her wherever she went, and she'd just see something and then just write it down. And it's the most mundane thing. So there's like a scene in the books where there's like two women and they're looking out a window and having a chat and having a gossip, and it's just brilliant. Everybody else that writes, it'd probably be boring, but she just makes it the most fascinating and funny scene ever, and it's just wonderful. You know, take the everyday normal and make it brilliant. And that's the best thing about her books. It's not actually the plot, it's her writing. It's her everyday writing where you go into this world where you think, oh, I'm going to go into, the 1940s, the 1950s, wherever. I'm going to go to London, I'm going to go to Oxford. But actually you're just seeing the everyday, and that's the best bit. So very briefly, let me talk you through my Barbara Pym journey. So a few years ago now, I was on Amazon just doing some window shopping, and I was recommended some Barbara Pym books. So I read the synopsis, read the reviews, they sounded really good, so added them to my wish list. Didn't think anything of it. Then, a few weeks later, I was on the Book People website and I came across a bundle of Barbara Pym books for less than £10, so I thought, I'll give it a go. Got them home and I thought, right, I'm going to read them in publication order. So the first book was published with Some Tame Gazelle, so I read that one. And I didn't really get it. I gave it 3 stars. I was like, oh yeah, I liked it, it was alright. But I certainly didn't get it to the extent that I get it now. And I was like, yeah, it's great, it's alright. 3 stars is, I liked it. I didn't think it was anything special at this point. Because Some Tame Gazelle is not the best place to start with Barbara Pym, let me put it out there now. But yeah, I thought it was, I thought, it's alright. And then I put it on the shelf, and then I left it for ages, months and months and months. And then I think I must have had a bit of a time where I just had a bit of a slump. And I remember I was looking through my bookcases at my shelves, and I thought, I'm going to pick up the next one. Excellent Women. I don't know why, but something just drew me to Excellent Women. And I picked it up, and that was it. I read it in 3 sittings because I forced myself to only let myself read 100 pages a day, because as soon as I started that book, that was it. And after that, I got it and I was like, okay, I am now addicted to her work. And that was it. And I've now read all of her books, and I've got a new journey, which is rereading Barbara Pym. So far I've reread 2 of her books, and they are more brilliant than I remember. Yeah, they're wonderful. So that's my journey with her. I'm now rereading, and I love rereading. It's my favourite thing ever. And I'm going to share with you where I think you should start with Barbara Pym and my favourites. So the best place to start with Barbara Pym is not Some Tame Gazelle, in my personal opinion. I think Some Tame Gazelle, now that I have reread it, I've now given it 4 stars. I really like it. But I think until you get Barbara Pym, get her writing and all that, it's kind of wasted. So the best place to start, in my personal opinion, is Excellent Women. I think it is a place where a lot of people start because it's her most well-known work. So this book is about a woman called Mildred who lives in this little villagey area of London, and she is deemed an excellent woman. So she's a single woman and she does everything for anybody and the community, whether that be the jumble sale, whether it be for the school, whether it be for the vicar and the vicarage and the church and all that. She'll do anything for everybody because she's an excellent woman. But then where she lives in a flat. So there's her flat upstairs and then there's a flat below her. And these new people move in, and it is a husband and wife. And Mildred ends up with a crush on the husband, which obviously is a no-no if you're an excellent woman. This book is incredible. It's 5 stars. It is my favourite Barbara Pym, but it's also the best place to start. It's so good. So good. You should read this. Everybody should read this because it's wonderful. It's so immersive and just, it's lovely. It's cosy and twee and just... Yes, start with that because then hopefully you will fall in love with her writing and you'll want to carry on. I do see, as I said, I do see people reading some Barbara Pym, particularly Excellent Women, and then I kind of don't see them read anymore. So I've got a couple more to share with you to say, please read this because it's good. Starting off, Jane and Prudence. So Jane and Prudence is another favourite of mine. So we have Jane, who's in her early 40s. She's married to a clergyman, and she's got an 18-year-old daughter who is just about to go off to Oxford University. However, they have are just moving because her husband's got a job being clergyman to this village thing. And so in this new area, she's like, oh, I'm going to set people up. I might set up a daughter. I might set up my friends, you know. Matchmaking. Then we have Prudence. Prudence is 29. She lives and works in London. She's a friend of Jane's and she says, I am very self-aware that I have wasted the best part of my years in love with a man that I can't have. So she's in love with her boss, who's a married man. So it's not good, is it? I remember I did a book review of this and I said that it's kind of Miss Marpley sort of gossipy village of St Mary Mead with the humour of E.F. Benson's like Tilling or Rhythm, yeah, and Cross with Hyacinth Bouquet. It really is, it's wonderful. So please read this. And then the other one that I wanted to recommend to you is this one. This is another favourite, another 5-star. This is Crampton Hodnett. So this is set in North Oxford and it's about students and professors and their relationships and affairs. It's wonderful. It's so good. Now this is a great example of a book where the plot is actually like the subplot because the main plot is the amazing writing because the writing is just brilliant. This book is so funny and witty and charming and all the Barbara Pym things that is so brilliant. It's shown in this book. So yeah, these 3 I would say are my ultimate favourites. But if you look at my Goodreads, no Barbara Pym book has got less than 3 stars. Most of them, actually I think one of them has 3 stars. The rest are 4 stars and then these ones are 5 stars because they're brilliant. So hopefully I have enticed you to go and pick up a Barbara Pym book. Maybe. I would love to know how you feel about Barbara Pym in the comment section down below. Have you read any of her works? Have you not? Have you read 1 or 2? And if you're going to start, please tell me you're going to start with Excellent Women because she's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. If you like books like Angela Thirkell or if you've read Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day and things like that and you enjoy those, you'll enjoy Barbara Pym. It's as simple as that. So anyway, that is it for this video. Talk to me in the comment section down below and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now.